As the great gun reloads and its hallowed ammunition is transported across high Basilicus, great processions of pilgrims and preachers accompany these holy relics to their final assembly points. They are far from a peaceful congregation, and any who seek to disrupt the great day of firing will find themselves lit by the flames and faith wielded by the Sanctifiers. Hello everybody, Andy here from Glass of Dead, the #1 Kill Team channel on YouTube, unless of course you are aware of any other Kill Team channel on YouTube. Everybody, I want to crack on, I want to get straight into it. You know what it is, we've got Blood and Zeal coming up this Saturday. By coming up, I mean reviewers that have been given review copies will be able to talk about it on Saturday. Maybe I have it, maybe I don't. Who knows? It's not for me to say. Maybe you should check back at 10 AM on Saturday. 10 AM my time, obviously. And maybe there will be 3 videos up. Maybe it will be a Sanctifiers how to play, a Goremongers how to play, and a review of the box. And then perhaps on Sunday, I don't know, I'm speculating, pure hypothesis here, really the scientific method being elaborated to you here. Perhaps on Sunday there will also then be a proper unboxing. You might think, Andy, why isn't the unboxing the day before? Maybe it will be, but 4 videos in a day is a bit much, let's be honest. Okay, and then perhaps on Monday, if I have it, I will do a live stream where I just chat about Blood and Zeal in general, with the book open in front of me, ready to flick through for all. Anyway, look at this. Warcom has an article about the Sanctifier kill team, which of course I know no more about than you. Okay. I'm gonna say just straight up, not my team. They don't do it for me, which is crazy because right behind me here, you see I have a Sisters of Battle army. And this team is a Sisters of Battle army with, as we can see right here, some old sculpts redone here. Anyway, let's crack through it because there are some interesting things they talk about down here, Blaze, and they give us a very interesting looking data sheet. So we want to talk about all of that. So we're going to crack through, lots to be discussed. I will say, compared to the Goremonger preview, they focus a lot more on kind of the narrative of this team in the sense of like the design, the narrative design of the team. Let's read. The Adeptus Ministorum has a long history of militant missionaries across the galaxy, joining Imperial military operations to first-hand combat experience. This provides their frontline operatives with an impressively diverse arsenal, complementing their customary hand flamers and chain weapons with a melter gun, a plasma gun, or a Ministorum flamer wielded by their 2 missionary operatives. So notice they've given us 3 guns there, but said 2 missionary operatives. Interesting. Wonder what that might mean. Was it a typo? Are they telling us actually you're going to need to buy another model, or what's being said here? We may not know until perhaps Saturday. You may notice that several of these operatives hark back certain classic metal missionaries from days of Warhammer yore. That was not a well-structured sentence. Carrying books into battle is a time-honoured tradition, after all. That we can all agree in. And the reason we agree with that is because on the, what's it called? Like the trophy rack of the Grey Knight Paladins, they have books. Therefore, I love it. If it was just these guys, I'd be like, questionable. Maybe, you know, read the texts after you survive, not before. Or during, in fact. This guy here, this little dude, he's right there. There you go. That's cool. The Confessor who leads the team also pays homage to the original mace-swinging, tall-hatted ecclesiastic Confessor Kirinov. Top points go to those who notice that the Drill Abbot is patterned after Preacher Joseph, a character from the classic early 2000s role-playing game Inquisitor, which used larger 54mm scale models, complete with his grim head in a box. Minor side note, upstairs, right now, I have an original Inquisitor Eisenhorn from the 54mm thing. So, just upstairs, right there, for anyone to build if they wish. I'm a big fan of the old Inquisitor stuff. Unfortunately, I only have Eisenhorn. I'd love to have Artemis and all the other guys, but moving on. Preachers are the most common operatives, and up to 4 can be taken at a time. So that therefore is similar to the aspirants from the Goremongers, 4 at a time. Interesting. Did they say that? I don't know. Although the sheer amount of specialists means you don't need to bring any at all. The Drill Abbot, Persecutor, Conflagrator and Reliquant can all be assembled as preachers with head options to personalise your little fanatics. This might be how they do the 40k squad. It would be all preachers compared to this, which is all specialists. That's pretty standard for kill teams. While these zealous warriors engage their foes beneath the Confessor's sonorous sermon, and they've bolded sermon, which implies it's an actual rule, as opposed to just a word they chose to use, shrugging off damage while within earshot of this stirring oratory. Oratory? Guys, let me know right now. Oratory or oratory? I don't know. And it's possible, if you join in on Saturday, I will say exactly what I just said now. Again. Who knows? And maybe I said that first. The Death Cult Assassin plies their lethal trade from the shadows with throwing knives and deadly ritual blades. By contrast, the Salvationist is all about keeping others alive, with the twin boons of a medikit? Do we prefer medkit or medikit? I don't know. And conversion field generator, keeping nearby allies on their feet and in the fight. Pretty cool. Sanctifier Salvationist conversion field. Whenever an operative more than 6 inches from this operative is shooting a friendly Sanctifier operative within 6 inches of this operative, improve that friendly operative's save stat by 1 and worsen the X of the piercing weapon roll by 1, if any. Note that piercing 1 would therefore be ignored. Very cool, good to see. Total random aside, not going to get into it now. Kill team needs a keyword system. This could have just had like keyword aura and it would define this stuff for us. Anyway, moving on. There's a lot to say about that. One of the stranger operatives is the Miraculous, a natural-born conduit for the Emperor's divine power. Their inner light manifests as a searing blaze emanating from their body, burning all who come. And once per game, they can blast an unbeliever off their feet with a massive burst of holy energy. Miraculous. So this is the Miraculous, who is a model that I'm... Again, this team doesn't really vibe for me. It is what it is, but I know a lot of people do like this vibe, do like, you know, very Blanche-esque, Blanchiosity, etc. Let's have a look at it. So APL 2, move 6, save 4, pretty good. Wound 7, that's what we would expect from this kind of team. Although the save 4 is really good. Right, Holy Light, 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, 4-3, range 8, dev 3, limited 1, piercing 1, saturate blaze. And we will see in a moment what blaze is. That's a lot of keywords. Sorry, they're not keywords, they're weapon rules. They're weapon rules, thank you. Cool, interesting. So that's basically a flamer, but without torrent. Okay. Sorry, I said it was basically a flamer because it has hitting on 2s, and then as soon as something hits on 2s, I assume it's a flamer. But it's not at all, actually, is it? So it's a pistol. No, it's the opposite of a flamer. It just hits on 2s, which is really good. But we then have Wreath and Fire, which is 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, 4-4, blast 1, limited 1, wreathed, blazed. We don't know what wreathed is, fair enough. We see blaze below again. They have burning hands, which is 1 attack, hitting on 2s, 7-8, brutal, limited 1 blaze. So I would say with this one, this is cool because now everyone that ever uses this attack, which is a very interesting thing to choose, can be like, yo, catch these hands. It's like, yo, catch these burning hands, you know? The question is, can you roll a 2+? Yeah, you don't need a crit, you need a 2+. You get a reroll. Although, if you ever reroll a 1, it rerolls to a 1. That is factual. That is factual. The Burning Light, like many, notice it's on a 25mm base. That is obviously good to know. This Burning Light, like many of the team's flame weapons, inflicts a special blaze effect on their targets on a critical success. Unique to the Sanctifier kill team, this ongoing malady causes operatives to take extra damage whenever they are activated, with opponents needing to either spend an action point to put the flames out or gamble that they go out on their own. Okay, so Blaze. Some weapons of the team to have the Blaze weapon rule. We've seen like everything, yeah, every weapon apart from standard fists this lovely, delightful lady has. Blaze. If you retain any critical successes, the operative this weapon is being used against gains 1 of your Blaze tokens. 420 Blaze it. If it does, I'm sorry, I can't believe I only just said 420 Blaze it. I do apologise. I should have said that the first time I read that. If it doesn't already have one. Whenever an operative that has 1 of your Blaze tokens is activated, inflict D3 damage on it. then that operative's controlling player selects one of the following. Roll 1d6. On a 3-up, remove that token. Subtract 1 from the operative's APL stat until the end of that activation to remove that token. Interesting. That's an interesting one. So you're guaranteed to get D3 damage. So whatever you're doing here, go and look at all of these, right? When does it happen, sorry? When it's activated. So you see this? 7, 8 damage. Let's say 7 damage because it's 1 dice. That statistically is 7. But it's plus D3. So it's actually 8 damage minimum. Potentially 10 damage. Oof. And all you got to do is roll a 2-up? That is outrageous, if I'm honest. God. This little lady is going to be able to do some crazy things in certain situations. Let's just say that. Very cool. This focus on close range firepower makes for a very aggressive kill theme which rewards bold action. I almost read bolt action. I was going to go off on a World War II tangent there. Though due to their relative fragility, a little divine protection for the God Emperor won't go amiss. All 9 on-table operatives can punch above their weight should they get into the right position, and careful rationing of their defensive abilities will be key to getting the most of them. So this is confusing because it says 9 on-table operatives here, whereas the first time we saw this team mentioned, they said 11. And then the second time, which was during the release announcement on Sunday, they said 9, but gave the impression it could be 11. And then now they've just said straight up 9. So that's really interesting. So I guess it is a 9 operative team. Probably means I need to go reread my book and perhaps reconsider some of the content I have not made, because who knows. Anyway, there you go. I've decided to keep it nice and chilled today. Sanctifiers.